Okay, so in this module, I'm going to be talking about forms of gaslighting that can happen in the negotiation process. If you're not familiar with the term gaslighting, it comes from an Ingrid Bergman film. I believe it's called Gaslight. And it is about a woman who has a huge inheritance and her husband wants it. So he keeps turning on the gaslight on her stove to make her feel insane, even though she's not, so he can get the money. So if you're ever curious about the origin of that term, now you know. So as much as I wish I could say women aren't treated differently or held to a different standard in the negotiation process, that's not the case. And because of that, you may come up against some unfair, sexist treatment in the negotiation process. And I want you to be prepared for that and be ready to handle it, because the reality is you say the number and that was like so hard because you countered and you've never done that before. And it's like, oh, can't the conversation just be over? But unfortunately, no. What happens next is they may have some questions, they may have some objections. So what are you gonna do? That's okay, I got you, and you're gonna be super prepared and nothing is gonna faze you. So I'll give you a few examples. Maybe you are saying, oh, I see it's, 50,000, 80,000 feels right for me, for example. And maybe the recruiter's like, wow, you're really twisting my arm. Like, you're such a tough negotiator. Would anyone say this to a man? No, they wouldn't. But such is the world we live in. So what do? If someone's like, wow, you're really twisting my arm, you're such a tough negotiator, there's a tendency to be like, I'm so sorry, oh my God, I'll bring the number lower. And you cannot do that. You have to recognize it for what it is, which is a tactic. And it's manipulative, and that's not cool. So here are a couple things you can do. If someone says something like that to you, you could say nothing. You could be silent. And then they might go, are you still there? If it's on a phone call, and you go, yep, I'm still here. What that accomplishes is letting them know that that was so beneath you that you're not even going to respond to it. And this works for all types of pushback or objections or gaslighting. If someone says something else to you that's just like really rotten and like clearly manipulative, like, well, we want someone who's a team player, just fall silent. Yeah, it's designed to provoke. You have to realize that. It's designed to provoke, and you're definitely going to have that feeling rise up of wanting to be like, oh, no, totally. I am a team player. Oh, I didn't mean to be pushy, blah, blah, blah. And that's exactly what they're counting on. So don't. Sit on your hands, bite your tongue till it bleeds. I don't care what you have to do, because there will be a primal urge to accommodate, and you cannot give in to it. This is where it gets real. The number is the first part, but you have to be able to rise above and show that you are like a tough, smooth negotiator that is worth the money. Okay, what else might happen? They might be like, well, we're looking for someone who isn't just about the money. I like to do a joke in this situation that's not a joke. Like, I'll be like, well, that's good because I want extra vacation as well. You got it? See? And that's just another way to be like, look, don't mess with me, okay? Like, I see what you're doing. I see you, and it's not gonna work, so don't even bother. Okay, some other foolproof ones that I like, if someone's like, wow, you're really coming at me, I wasn't expecting this, or whatever. Some foolproof ones that I love are, you could say, well, I take that as a compliment, because every woman who negotiates makes it easier for another woman to negotiate. And the fact that you're so surprised that I'm negotiating tells me that we still have a lot of work to do. And I want to do my part to make sure in the future, women negotiating is not met with this level of shock, and that it's expected because we are valuable players in the business world. Right? Like mic drop, manicure, the whole 9 yards. That is going to put them in their place so hard. It's so classy. It's so foolproof, but it is firm and definitive, and it just shuts it right down. And that is what you have to do. Another similar one that you can do in my industry, if someone said that to me, I'd say, well, I'm extremely passionate about content, and I know what it can do for a business. So I could never undersell my industry or my peers by lowballing myself, because in doing so, I would undervalue, the field that I'm so passionate about. Same idea. Foolproof. It's classy, but it's firm, and it communicates, do not mess with me. Don't even bother. Okay. Now, this is very, very important for all the reasons I already told you in order to get the raise. And most importantly, all the stuff that you're doing, showing that you're not easily ruffled, showing that you can hold your own under pressure, showing that you can think on your feet, that you are a poised communicator, that you will negotiate future vendors, you will negotiate with other people in the business to make sure that costs remain economical. These are all core skills of a valuable employee. So if you're just going to roll over and play dead at the first, little breeze that comes your way, they're not going to have confidence in you that you're going to be able to handle a high stakes, fast paced job with a lot coming at you anyway. So they know, okay, this is a person who's not going to bend in the breeze, who's not going to give in to pressure, who's going to fight for value. And that's the kind of person we want on our team. And that's why you must push back